People often, quite rightly, spend a long time thinking about adoption before they actually apply. And it's important that people do that they look at different agencies, they decide what's going to suit them the best. But once they're at a stage where they decide they're really serious about this, we'd invite them in for what we call an initial assessment meeting, and that lasts about an hour and a half usually. And we get some basic details from them. We find out what their understanding is of what it might involve. Obviously, it's their opportunity to ask us questions. And at the end of that, we give them a registration of interest form, and would usually give them some indication as to whether we would be able to accept that form. The oldest child I personally have ever placed for adoption was about 11. The majority of children are aged between 1 and 5, but there is a desperate need for people to adopt primary school aged children. There's lots and lots of children aged between 5 and 9 who are looking for a permanent family, especially boys. People think girls are less trouble. I don't know why. I wouldn't agree with that. But there's a big need for adopting children of that age group. Children that have come into public care have come into public care because they've usually had some difficult early experiences, and it sort of takes time for people to heal when they've had difficult experiences. Some of our adoptive parents, they do face some challenges with their children, but we offer lots of support at Coram. We offer children's groups, we offer individual support, and we're with people for as long as they need us. I think if you talk to some of our adoptive parents, they might say to you, yeah, it has been tough, or there's been this or that issue to deal with, but we wouldn't swap for the world. Families do come in all shapes and sizes, don't they? What's quite interesting is that there was some research done by Cambridge University recently, within the last sort of 2 or 3 years, and they actually found that in terms of outcomes, gay male couples were some of the most successful people at meeting their children's needs. So, and it's become very, very, much accepted now. And I'm pleased to say that in the 2 years that I've been at Coram, we've seen applications from gay and lesbian couples really increase. I think it's the same for adoption with another whole layer added on. And I think that people often think that the assessment process for adoption is really long and complicated. These days it's around about 6 months, so it's not overly long, but it's as much about preparing people as assessing them. So, while we're doing an assessment on a family, we do a 3-day preparation group, and that's to help people understand a bit better about the additional needs that children that have had that difficult early start might have, and how they as parents might meet those needs and bring that child on in the best way possible.